Yeah, in terms of that, I read something about you that was really interesting, and it has to do with you have a hit film like that, and then the sequel naturally comes along. And you had different ideas for sequels than maybe sequels that were made, about how sequels could be successful. And you did them in your backyard or something.
What?
Is that true?
Well, no, I did them in my head primarily, but yes, I loved sequels. I love franchise films. I never felt any cynicism towards them the way the press did when I was a kid, and I think still do.
Right.
Sequels, reboots. I would argue a lot of what we're doing in our movies is as original as anything happening in movies right now. Yeah. But because they're sort of interconnected and based on source material, people don't look at it that way. But when I was a kid, I would see Superman. Love Superman. Love Superman 2. Superman 3, not so great. Superman 4, horrible. Like, there are documentaries you can go watch about what happened with Superman 4.
Basically just slowly killing off the franchise.
Yeah, and then I walk out of that movie go, I have to do Superman 5. I have to save it. What do I have? I got to think about it. You know, think about
You got to save Superman?
Yeah, I got to think about what would be a great Superman 5. And I did the same things after Star Trek 5 didn't work. Oh, Star Trek 6, here's what Star Trek 6 could be. RoboCop 2. There are kind of a lot of franchises that started well and went off the rails. So it was a weird mental exercise hobby that I had to think about, well, what would I do? Cut to many years later, you're in charge of putting sequels together, and you have to use, you use all of your experiences. What can you do differently? What can we do differently? And even when you get to a part 3, I did not coin this term, but somebody coined the term threequelitis, because you can go through various film series and see where part 3s didn't work. Not always true. Toy Story 3 was tremendous, but sometimes, this is probably 8 or 9 years ago. Right. People were talking about threequelitis. So you make the note to self, if we're ever lucky enough to get to a part 3, we're not going to succumb to that. And it really was about saying, once you get that far into a series, the audience is saying, we're with you, we like these characters. They're not saying, we want exactly more of the same. They're saying, we want to spend more time with these characters. That's what I wanted watching films growing up. So we used it as an opportunity to say, we can go somewhere different. We can hire Shane Black to do a Christmas movie, weird, voiceover narrated Iron Man film. We can make the third Captain America film Civil War and bring in Iron Man and rip the whole universe apart. We can hire Taika Waititi and call it Ragnarok. People say, what does Ragnarok mean? I go, well, it's the end of days, it's the end of time, but it just kind of sounds cool. And have Taika take us to whole new levels. And Infinity War, Avengers Part 3, have Joan Anthony Russo come and with Thanos literally tear half the universe apart.